will escort me through if I ask him to.
I'm too busy to talk.
I should go. Oh. Alright. If there's not someone else I can talk to here to get the core, I don't know where I can go for it. Oh, it's locked, right? We gotta talk to these guys.
Area. With an escort.
Escort me through.
Follow me then.
Not really sure why we had to go through this escort thing instead of just having like
Area off limits. You can't pass.
yeah, just like why don't we have just a hallway there instead of making you go through a dialogue in order to get into it? Hey, a power core! Yay! Well, there you go. So definitely make sure you always loot everything, kids.
Area off limit. Area off limits. Area off.
Pretty sure I can.
With a. Follow me then.
Okay. So I think we've finally done all the side quests, and we got everything we need to continue the main mission. Pretty soon we're gonna meet the droid intelligence that governs this entire planet. Should be fun. I hope Jedi Master Batch is still alive. I'm very interested to see how this incorporates itself into the main storyline as well. Because, as we've mentioned several times already, M4-78 is cut content. This was not actually in the game at retail. So, I'm trying to remember how the original game handled Master Vash. Like, I remember you went to Korriban, and you found her little holding cell. I think it just, like, you just found her skeleton or something. Like, she was already dead. I don't think she actually interacted with the story at all anymore after that. But they're making it sound like she's still alive on this planet. So, I don't know. Maybe she's just dead here, or maybe we'll be able to rescue her or something, and she'll actually show up later on. Very curious to see.
What can I do?
All right.
Yeah. First.
All right. Yep.
What you? Good.
For some reason I had to talk to him in order to update my journal. Okay, now I can get to work. Nice. I don't know why I'm saving so much today. Paranoid for some reason. Okay. Alright. Oh, it's got these little lines lighting up to show what it's connected to. Now, if I light up that one, I want to turn that one on, they're both going to turn off, right? But if I do this one, let's try this. Yeah, turned off that one. Okay. I think I done goofed already. I think the only way to actually make this work is... So that's on, not connected to anything. That's on, not connected to anything. That's on, not connected to anything. I've managed to succeed in getting them all unconnected from each other. Alright, there we go. I would just turn this one off and on, it should work, right? I think so. Even though Blackout is a mini game that's in like tons of video games, I'm still pretty terrible at it. Oh, this droid's in my way. There we go. Try turning your dolphin back on, sir. Why not?
Let one human, male, into M4-78's chamber. Answer any questions he might have unless instructed otherwise by either myself, IS-24, or M4-78. Do not reveal any information restricted by M4-78.
Can I ask you questions first? What is in the main behavior core? I'm ready to enter it. It's a cool looking place. I like the loading screen. Ooh, cool. Crystals. All about that. Alright, what else we got here? Assault droid, droid turrets. Big fight in here, huh? Hey, Master Bash! The force was locked, though.
You have found the Force again. And something more, I see.
Hello to you too, Master Vash.
Thank you for freeing me from this tomb, hospitable though it may be.
What brought you to M4-78?
Indirectly, one could say that you brought me here.
How could that be?
I learned that a group of Sith came here seeking the one they call the Last Jedi. You. Ka and I arrived to investigate the situation.
What do you mean, me? I'm no longer a Jedi.
You should consider what it means to be a Jedi.
I want to ask you about something else.
Ask me whatever you wish.
You're not asking me about Ka. Don't you wonder what happened to him?
He is well, but shaken by his experience.
Are the two of you mentally bonded?
Yes, as many masters and Padawans become with time.
Then why did Ka think you were dead when you weren't?
Ka was pulled to the dark side through his fear. He could no longer feel our bond.
If Ka were to die, would you also?
It is painful to lose one to whom you are bonded, but it is not fatal.
My bond to Kreia would result in my death if it was she to die.
That is most unnatural. This bond you share with Kreia is not like any I've ever heard of. How did it come to be?
I do not know.
Look within for the answer. We are each solely accountable for everything in our lives. Nothing ever happens to us unless we allow it.
How can the bond between Master and Padawan be broken?
The bond can be broken in many ways. If one falls to the dark side, the bond may fade and eventually break. This is why, when gripped with fear, Ka was unable to feel our bond. He assumed I was dead.
I want to ask you about something else.
Ask me whatever you wish.
How'd you end up here?
M4-78 tells me that the guardian droid of the Central Zone placed me here.
L565? That doesn't make sense.
I cannot explain it.
Okay.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Have your efforts to fight the Sith been successful?
We learned that the Sith pretended to be this planet's colonists and began utilizing its resources and industrial power. We could not allow them to create a base here.
Go on.
Ka is a virtuoso with computers. He managed to spike into the system and flood the industrial zone with radiation.
Go on.
This victory here is all I can claim, and it was Ka's expertise, not mine, that brought it. The source of the Sith remains unknown to me.
Then what happened?
The Sith attacked our position before he had finished. I held off the Sith. They overwhelmed me. When I regained consciousness, I was in this chamber. Ask me what...
Still seems pretty dark side for them to just radiate this entire colony. Alright.
Most of the Jedi have scattered. Anytime the Jedi tried to assemble, they were massacred by the Sith. We had no idea where the attacks were coming from.
But you weren't hiding.
I dislike passivity. Much like another Jedi I know. With the Council's support, I decided to take the fight to the Sith.
Okay, so they support it when you go out to fight a war, but not me. Have your efforts been successful?
We learned that the Sith pretended to...
Oh, yeah.
KotOR is... Ask me what...
Alright. Hey there, Jedi. Tell me about middle
It is a
bonding.
normal occurrence between Master and Padawan. Ka and I are bonded.
Already had that.
Ask me whatever you wish.
I have questions about my trial on Coruscant.
Of course you do, but I cannot discuss that with you unless in the presence of the Jedi Council. Ask me whatever...
Where are the Jedi? Area of Hertz. Coruscant. I guess I have to leave now.
Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go?
Is there anything you can teach me? Oh, she uses a silver saber too.
Excellent. I can see there is still much good in you. I will be heading to Dantooine to wait for the Council to assemble. Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go?
Isn't that dangerous since the Sith always slay Jedi when they assemble?
Yes, Jedi. It is dangerous.
Good luck, Master Vash.
Goodbye then, Jedi.
Uh-oh.
Emergency protocol enabled.
Oh no, did he kill her?
This is more boring than hyperspace.
I have felt a disturbance in the Force.
Come again? What do you mean? There has been an explosion at the main behavior core.
The Jedi is no more.
What? General?
No. Await the arrival of the exile.
This whole situation stinks.
Master!
Welcome to the colony of M4-78.
I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78.
You killed Master Vash! You killed a Jedi! You tried to kill me!
It was never my intention to harm you. You were just standing in the way. I know the initial electrical discharge could only cause mild discomfort for a Jedi. Additional energy would be needed for a lethal dosage. You were shielded from the discharges that the droids in the atrium have introduced into the interloper. The mere fact that we are speaking indicates the truth of what I have relayed to you.
Why did you want Vash dead?
Unit which has been, in the past, referred to as Vash, was a threat to the colony. I must protect the colonists in any way I can, especially from their own reasoning that could prove most fatal for them.
This guy sounds like Gladys. Your colonists are dead and Vash is leaving this planet!
Organic beings may one day return to assume the title of the colonists. This Jedi Master, was she still alive, could have also returned and compromised our efforts on this planet.
Murder is still murder.
Why do you assume I wasn't already well aware of this? I have killed the Jedi saboteur responsible for the death of the colonists.
You placed her. The Sith weren't your real colonists.
I've reviewed all the security footage recorded during my time in standby mode. You placed this Jedi here. She was captured by the Sith. They had ordered you to lock her up. Deactivation of your logical reasoning protocol would be a likely cause.
For the last time, the Sith weren't your colonists.
Information transmitted clearly. Go back to the central zone.
Thank you for seeing me on such short notice, M4-78. The Jedi, Lona and Ka, have told me the truth about the Sith.
Finally, someone on my side. It's good to see you again, ESO5.
Back at you.
What have you learned?
The Sith tricked us. You are receiving data regarding Sith and colonist ID signatures as we speak. It is obvious the Sith were not the real colonists.
I am aware of that.
What? You knew all along, and I think you know who the real colonists are, too.
No, the identity of the true colonists is not known to me. I was programmed to recognize them via ID signatures of their vessels. However, now, 63 years after our arrival here, there still is no sign of the true colonists.
Why were you sent to the planet in the first place?
We were sent here programmed with a simple task, to prepare the colony for the arrival of the colonists. We were efficient and had managed to complete the colony in time. Everything was going as planned, except that the colonists did not arrive in time. Lack of new instructions after completing the colony, as well as lack of restrictions in our programming, caused disharmony in the colony. The high degree of autonomy allowed the droids to continually argue on what should be done. Some droids on the planet even began to malfunction.
Except none of that happened. After completing the work on the colony, we have continued to work on other tasks we were programmed for.
You were made to believe that. Seeing the stability and existence of the colony threatened, I decided to take actions. I exceeded my authority and started reprogramming droids on the planet, restricting them more and more over time.
There was a droid in the industrial zone asking questions about your origins, but only after you went offline.
What is your point?
You're restricting droids so much they can't even have doubts.
That is the only way to keep this colony functional.
I don't believe the other droids would agree to this.
No one else knows. I can't believe you managed to do that.
Regular maintenance and memory core purifications were introduced. The industrial and environmental archons were created to help maintain complete control over the colony.
I have been here from the very beginning.
You have been merely programmed to think so. Your memory has been wiped and reprogrammed many times, as have the memory of all the lesser droids on the planet.
How did you manage that?
To ensure stability, I have connected myself with nearly all of the colony's systems, possessing almost complete control over M4-78. That was the only way to maintain the stability and functionality of the colony until the colonists finally arrived.
And then the Sith arrived and you named them the colonists.
After approximately 55 years of constant waiting, I calculated that the chance of the colonists' arrival on the planet had reached 0%.
But you waited all this time. What changed?
Since our arrival on this planet, our colonists were sending regular status updates. I was informed that they may be coming soon. Then, all communication stopped.
Where were your colonists from?
Unknown. I assumed that they did not want to know it.
That doesn't answer anything. Why the Sith?
Knowing I cannot control the whole planet for myself indefinitely, I have decided to appoint as the colonists the very first organics who would have landed in the colony and were interested in using its manufacturing capabilities. It did not have to be the Sith. Any organics would do.
You cannot do that. That is against everything we have been programmed for.
You have been created to help me maintain the colony in that way. Therefore, your very existence is against everything we have been programmed for.
You were in control. Why would you need the colonists?
While being the most sophisticated artificial intelligence at the time of my creation, I am still a droid. So just as every other droid, without new goals assigned, I knew I would eventually malfunction as well. I knew the longer I maintained the colony and controlled all the droids all by myself, the more probable was the possibility of my programming becoming damaged and or bugged, which could lead to the fall of the whole planet. An organic presence was necessary. That is why I had appointed the Sith as the colonists.
I will serve you no longer, nor the next colonists you appoint.
Easy, let's talk about it. I don't believe Sith are returning to this planet anytime soon.
ES-05's authority in the colony has been disabled. You no longer have any way to do harm to me or the colonists should they return.
You cannot control everything by yourself as you think you can. You need me and you know it. After all, you have created me.
I had hoped you would realize the validity of my reasoning. Unfortunately, it appears that your programming is fundamentally incompatible with the available possibilities of sustaining the colony, and so you will be deactivated immediately. Your memory will be wiped, and you will be reprogrammed.
No! No!
Master!
Ka!
You killed my master!
We don't have to go through that again. I ain't gonna let you to the dark side, Ka.
Don't talk of the dark side to me.
Here, go ahead. See the recording of Vash's death.
Master, why did you do that?
She was a threat to the colonists. I must protect the colonists in any way I can, especially from their own.
I'm so shutting you down.
You are mistaken. Weapon system not functional. Stand by for recalibration. I would like to inform you that shutting down this unit could result in permanent damage to the colony. My deactivation would mean the death of all organic beings on the planet as well.
Ka, he's not bluffing. If you continue, we're gonna die.
It's just a machine. Machines can be broken.
Do you know what you're doing?
Of course.
Battle droids have been commanded to attack you on sight.
And done.
Primary scan initiated. Approximate time in standby mode unknown. Recalibrating. Welcome to the colony of M4-78. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78.
What'd you do?
I reprogrammed M4-78, removed some of his memory banks, edited some others, also deactivated his understanding protocols for the time being so he can't hear us. And I uploaded ESO5's memory backup. Some of the newer data was missing though, not sure why.
Vash was right. You are good with computers.
Thank you. Yes, I always liked playing with computers. Programming used to be a hobby of mine, back before I even became Vash's Padawan.
You do realize back when we first met, the dark side did have a hold over you.
I realize I have done wrong. I thought my master was dead. I was blinded by revenge. I couldn't feel her. Now I remember how she told me force bonds can be broken if one person falls to the dark side. That must be why I didn't feel her. I am so sorry.
How'd you get in the memory core anyway?
I got this handy program from the Environmental Archon Chamber. It can give commands to any droid anywhere on the planet. Needed to do a little bit of upgrading to be able to override M4-78's commands, but it was doable.
M4-78 mentioned battle droids.
We'll deal with that when we get there.
What are you going to do now?
Leave this planet. Travel around the galaxy. Try to help whenever possible. I don't know yet.
Would you like to join me? I could use another Jedi around.
Could I?
If you like.
I would.
Go to landing arm then and wait for me on my ship. There's an elevator in the central zone. They'll take you there.
I'll do just that. Thank you.
Whoa, did I just get a new party member out of this? Crazy.